MJZ Reviews here, and today I'm going to be talking about a subject that I don't think has been talked about enough on YouTube, and that is the subject of the One Piece live-action TV series. So a lot of people are going into this, and they're really skeptical about this, but I'm kind of excited, and even if it is bad, One Piece is going to get even more popular than it already is. So I'm going to split this video up in several sections, and then at the end I'll give my overall conclusion. So my first section is what's going to happen to the tone. So if One Piece is full of different tones, sometimes it can be exciting, sometimes it can be funny, sometimes it can be, really dark. Trust me on that, it can be dark, and it deals with a lot of different social issues. So, but if they make it really dark, that's going to ruin the heart of the series, and other people are going to agree with me on that. I think they need to keep a lot of the humor in it, but also cut some out, because a lot of the humor in One Piece just wouldn't work in a live action format. Like the big heads, the exaggerated faces, and the crocodile teeth and stuff like that. You know what I mean? That just wouldn't work. So they need to keep a lot of the humor, but they're trying to appeal to a mainstream audience, and they're trying to get money off it in the end. It's a business, so they have to kind of cut out, I'd say, like, cut out half the comedy. You know what I mean? Like, because sometimes the comedy in One Piece can be kind of cringy, and a lot of people don't really like it. I'm not a big fan of it myself, but it's there to have like a tonal balance in the series. So something that is concerning me is what's going to happen to Luffy's character. Are they going to turn him into a really dark character, like, oh, my master's arm's been cut off, I need to find him and avenge him and beat everyone who comes in my way? That if they do that, that's going to turn a lot of One Piece fans off. And the people who are making this are trying. I think they're trying to stay true to the One Piece fans. So that would turn like half their source of income off. But if they keep him to be this really, hyper energetic, like teenager, I think they should do that, but they kind of have to change him a bit, because if he goes about yelling "Gum Gum Pistol" everywhere, that's going to be sort of cringy. It works in an anime, but in a live action format, it just wouldn't work. Sorry if that upsets you, but if people yell out the names of their attacks before they do it, it could work sometimes, like, and they do like the Golden Rifle or Gum Gum Storm. That could work, but not all the time like they do in One Piece. So I think they need to kind of find a balance with Luffy, but still, make him really hyper energetic teenager. So the second section, which most of you are probably worried about, is what's going to happen to the story. So where are they going to set it? Is it going to be in Marineford, or is it going to be in East Blue? I want it to be in East Blue, but if they're looking for the cash, they're probably going to go to Marineford. But that would, cost a lot, which I'll go on to later. But if they do Marineford, that would spoil a lot of things for One Piece. And let's say they do Marineford in the first season, and then in the second season they say, all right, we're going to do like a kind of prequel thing. We're going to set it in East Blue. The East Blue is going to be kind of boring compared to the Marineford arc. But, don't get me wrong, East Blue is probably one of my favorite arcs in One Piece, but compared to Marineford, it's not as fast. And, I mean, I think they should set it in East Blue, but make a lot of changes. What I recommend them to do is start off with the Shanks flashback, because that would work a lot. You know what I mean? And work very well. Sorry. And then after that, they should go to the thing with Captain Morgan's and Zoro, kind of make that a bit darker and grittier, and then that would be a really good first episode. And then after that, I don't think they should do the Kuro stuff. They should do the Baratier arc, because that will hook a lot of people in. They could maybe do that in one episode, if you know what I mean. Kind of but they need to focus on the Mihawk stuff and the Zoro stuff, because that really hooks you onto One Piece. And if they can get fans hooked by the first or second episode, they've got their money guaranteed, which they should do. If they start in Marineford, yeah, it might be more popular, but it's going to cost a lot more, and it'll be a bigger risk if it's not as popular as they think it'll be. So my third section is what's going to happen to the visuals, and what are Hollywood going to do about it. So a lot of people like talking about the cast, who's going to be Luffy, who's going to be Zoro, but a lot of people now are worrying about whitewashing in Hollywood. If you don't know, recently there was an actor who was supposed to be in the Hellboy remake, but because he was white and he was supposed to be an Asian character, he refused to play the role and he quit. Um, So it's quite a big problem right now in Hollywood. Actors don't want to upset people, and race is quite a touchy subject nowadays. But I think that with mixed nationalities, One Piece would work really well, because I think One Piece is about diversity, and sometimes it can deal with subjects like racism and stuff like that. So what Oda has given us, which a lot of other authors haven't given us, is a kind of like a sheet with each character with their nationalities on it. So if the producers follow that and cast people from them areas, people won't be upset, and that's fine. But if they can't find like any good actors or any actors who are suitable for the role from there, I think it's all right to make some changes. But I think what's it called again? Yeah, in the 60s there was a Star Trek TV series which you probably know about, and that had a mixed cast, and even though it was quite controversial, it was really refreshing to see back then, and a lot of people watched it because of that. And if they do that with One Piece, that could work as well, and it'll make people happy and they can get money out of it, obviously. But but I think it's going to be quite hard to choose for Luffy, because Luffy recently his like skin tone's been kind of like white, but I think Oda said he's from Brazil or something like that. I think a Brazilian actor could work for Luffy, but I'm not sure. I think it's going to be hard to cast for him. So next, there are three members of the Straw Hat Crew who I'm not going to spoil. That are going to have to be made out of CG or something. That is going to cost a lot, and will it work? Because if let's say it's really popular and it goes on for like 15 seasons, the Chopper, spoiler, sorry, from season 1 will look really bad compared to the Chopper from season 15. And if you don't know, CG does not age well. So they need to be careful about that. But I don't want some guy holding a puppet. I don't want a guy dressed up as a Chopper or something like that, because we want to see a professional live-action TV series. We don't want to see a bunch of cosplayers reenacting parts of One Piece that they like. We want to see a big-budget Hollywood thing. Well, we do, but we don't at the same time. You know what I mean? But next, that leads me on to the budget. The budget, wow, is going to be really, really massive, because especially if they're going to do Marineford or Impel Down, something like that, it's going to be huge. That's why I'd say it's probably safer to start with East Blue, because the budget's going to be less expensive, but it still is going to be quite expensive, because they're probably going to have to do CG fishmen and stuff like that, and they're going to have to make a lot of the landscapes with CG, and that's going to cost a lot. Also, if they try and get a few A-list actors to boost the popularity of it, that's going to cost a lot. So I'm worrying about the budget. If they do get millions of dollars for each episode, that means that we're probably only going to get like 5 to 7 episodes in one season, which is all right, but not great. It's going to be sort of hard. I think they could do East Blue in 7 episodes if they're all 1 hour long. Yeah. So where will it be seen? Will it be on TV or streaming? That's the main question. I think if it's probably going to be released in like 5 to 7 years. So I think by then streaming is going to be even more popular than it already is, and it's really popular now. So it's probably going to have to be on a streaming platform. However, if it's only on streaming, that may reduce the size of the budget, because I think even though TV is dying down a bit, you still get most of your viewers from TV. So preferably both, but I'm not sure how that works because of licensing. I have to research that, but I probably think it'll be streaming, hopefully on Netflix. Yeah, so that's it. So what do I think it'll be like? I want it to be good. We all want it to be good, but as I said in the start of the video, even if it is bad, a lot of people are going to be drawn to One Piece, and a lot of people are going to be like, hey, yeah, the live action was pretty bad, but the source material is really good. You should check that out. And that means One Piece is going to get even more popular. That means more money into the industry, and that works out for all of us. So that concludes my video today, and I hope you like it. So please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.